Hi guys, it's Stock Curry and I'm back. I just wanted to come back on here and get started again. Obviously, it's going to take me a little bit of time to get caught up in the market, given how I've been out of everything for the past week and a half. But I am back. So today I'm going to do a normal video. It's going to take up the first 15 minutes or so of this video. So if you only got 15 minutes free, just go ahead and watch the first 15 minutes. And then we will get into your questions and anything you guys want to talk about after the first 15 minutes. Now, I do want to let you guys know, if you're new to this channel, my name is Stock Curry. I used to work as an analyst for some large investment banks, and now I analyze stock picks on YouTube. I also want to remind you guys that I am not a financial advisor. Nothing I talk about today is a recommendation to buy, sell, or hold. These are just my opinions, which may or may not be accurate. So please do your own research before investing in any assets. All right, let's get into the normal portion of the video real fast. And that starts with a market update. So first, we're going to talk about how what's going on. Let's actually do the economy first. We have a couple of things coming up. So on Tuesday here in the United States, we have our elections. These are minor elections. There's nothing really going on in the federal level. These are just more local and state elections. But it could be a sign of things to come as to how the federal elections might turn out next year. And so there's a couple of governor races, a couple of key elections people are going to be looking at. I did read something in the Wall Street Journal that Democrats are a little bit concerned about being able to hold on to a few of the positions that they picked up last year and 2 years ago. So we'll just have to see how that goes. But again, minor, I don't expect much to happen with that. But if there are any major upsets, major changes, that could affect the markets on Wednesday, because those election results aren't going to come out until after the markets close on Tuesday. And on Wednesday, actually Tuesday and Wednesday, the Federal Reserve meets. And then on Wednesday, a little bit later in the day, we do have the Federal Reserve that will be speaking. Jerome Powell will be speaking on Wednesday. This is huge. Okay, this is really, really big. So depending upon what he says, first of all, the Fed is widely expected to start tapering. And also, the Fed is expected to start raising interest rates towards the summer of next year. Now, if the Fed comes out and says anything different to that point, that could cause the markets to either skyrocket or tank. For example, if the Fed comes out and they say, yeah, we're going to start tapering, but we're going to just go massive on tapering, that could cause the markets to go down. If the Fed says we're going to start raising interest rates at the beginning of next year, that could cause the markets to go down. If the Fed, on the flip side, says, you know what, we're still not that concerned about inflation, we're going to hold off on tapering another month, that could cause the markets to go up. Or if they say we see no reason to raise interest rates anytime soon, we may not raise them at all next year, that could also cause the markets to go up. So it's a big uncertain. I still think Tuesday is going to be another bull run in the market, another green day, but it could be down. I don't know. It's hard to say. Right now, the futures are pretty flat. But come Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, it gets really uncertain. Wednesday is going to be largely affected by what the Fed says. And then come Thursday, there's really not a whole lot going on. We get a little bit of forecast on the U.S. jobless claims. But Friday is the bigger one, where we actually find out how many jobs have been added. So Thursday and Friday is going to be jobs, and those could affect the market as well if they're higher or lower than expected. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we have major economic news coming out that could massively affect the markets. Now, going a little bit longer term, I was a little bit concerned to see that the Congress and the Senate have not gotten any progress done on either the spending bill or the appropriations bill. Keep in mind that come December 3rd, or essentially the end of November, the United States is going to run out of money, and further, our budget is only good through the end of this month. And so by the end of this month, the Congress and Senate have to collectively agree upon both an appropriations bill, which would determine how much debt the United States is allowed to borrow in order to keep paying our bills, and the Congress and Senate both collectively have to agree upon a spending bill, which will determine the budget for the next year or two, depending upon how long they want to run it for. And neither one of those has been worked on at all. Instead, the Congress and Senate have been focused entirely on what's become called a social spending and climate bill, which was 3.5 trillion. It's now been cut down to 1.85 trillion in an attempt to bring a lot of conservative Democrats on board with getting this bill passed. Now, the problem is we're still at a standstill. There has been no agreement. There's been no passage. Keep in mind, they were hoping to get this done by the end of October. Now, it became clear that that wasn't going to happen, but they've got to get this done really, really soon because we have a deadline, a hard deadline on the appropriations bill and the spending bill. And keep in mind, it could take 3 weeks at a minimum to get those bills passed. So pretty much they've got to move past this climate bill and spending bill and infrastructure bill by the end of this week. If they continue working on this past this week and they don't get started on that spending bill or appropriations bill, that could cause major problems for the U.S. economy. We already saw the stock market go down in September as we approach the deadlines on both the spending and appropriations. And now we have another deadline at the end of this month. So we could see the markets go down. Now, the worst case scenario would be for the Fed to do massive tapering and bump up how soon they're going to start raising interest rates, combined with a bad jobs report, combined with the Congress and Senate paying no attention whatsoever to the appropriations bill or the spending bill. If all three of those things happen, we could finally see a stock market correction here in the month of November that we have not had since September of last year. Keep in mind that the S&P and the Dow normally correct 3 times a year on average, and we have not had a single correction in 13 months. We are way, way overdue for a correction. Now, on a bigger scale, let's talk about the possibility for a market crash. Tom Nash put out a great video today. I recommend you go watch it. It was a short 10-minute video where he basically talks about a few reasons on why all signs are pointing to a major market crash coming up at some point. Now, we don't know when. We don't know the timing on it. Most people think it's probably going to happen sometime in 2022. But there's a lot of indicators that point to this. First of all, the markets are highly overvalued. If you look at PE ratios, they're the highest they've been since the dot-com bubble. If you look at dividend yields, they are the lowest they've been in the history of the stock market. If you look at, there's all different kinds of factors you can look at, but pretty much every economic indicator, including the Fed reverse repos, which are now over $1 trillion. Normally they're near zero. All indicators point to the stock market being highly, highly overvalued and overbought and due for a major correction, even quite possibly a market crash. So just keep in mind that we have some really, really big things coming up on the horizon. Short term, the 3 things I just mentioned, and the longer term, just the general highly, highly overvalued state of the stock market. So it could get a little tricky next year, but we've got some time to talk about that. For now, I would just think about possibly doing some hedges, things like UBXY, VXX, just things to kind of get yourself prepared in case the stock market does go down. You'll have a couple of ways to make money, even if the stock market goes down. So there's also a few inverse leverage ETFs, such as SPXU, which will go up when the S&P goes down, at SQQQ, which will go up when the NASDAQ goes down. Okay, that's it for the market news. Now I want to get into the stock and crypto picks real fast. And first of all, I'm going to talk about Shiba, SHIB, because apparently the hype around this absolutely blew up while I was gone. And so I see here on the screen that this thing hit 0.00008885 at its high, which is just massive. It's incredible. Now, a lot of that run up was due to Robinhood, because a lot of people thought that Robinhood might add SHIB. But Larry Jones let us know that Robinhood came out and said that they would not be adding any more cryptos to their platform until US regulators made it clear regarding cryptocurrencies. And so that means that Robinhood will not be adding SHIB to their platform anytime soon. Further, as the CEO of Kraken said, we've been waiting for regulatory clarity for 10 years. So if Robinhood's waiting for regulatory clarity on cryptocurrencies, they're going to be waiting a long time. Now, Larry Jones pointed out the fact that SHIB did not drop on the Robinhood news, but actually went up, which is a good sign. Personally, I have no idea where SHIB is going to go from here. It remains a hyped up meme crypto, and it's impossible to predict. It could double in price from here, and it could drop 50%. Now, I will say this. Everybody is hyping this thing up right now. I'm going to remind you of what Warren Buffett said. Be fearful when others are greedy. So what does that mean for me personally? Am I going to be dumping money in SHIB at the current price? No, I'm not. I like to try to find those cryptos that have not yet run up that actually have the potential to become meme cryptos. So I would just want to very quickly point out too that I think have a potential to become the next meme crypto after SHIB, because keep in mind that if we pull up Dogecoin here, you guys might recall how Dogecoin ran up to over 74 cents at one point. And the chart, honestly, it had a big run up, drop, big run up, and then it kind of traded a little flat, and then it tanked, and it never recovered. Okay, go back to SHIB. What do we see? We see the big run up, flat, big run up, flat. Well, if this follows what Dogecoin did, it's going to tank, and it'll never recover. So just keep that in mind. That's, again, if it follows what Dogecoin did. It'll tank, and then it'll just stay down here around 4 zeros and a 2, 3, 2, 4, and it'll just stay there. And so the question for me is, what is the next cryptocurrency that can run up? And here's one, I think, and that's going to be FLOKI, which is FLOKI Inu. That's the first one that I think has a really good chance to run up massively. Now, if I show you the past month, you'll see this is already up about 75% in the past month. I don't think I can pull up. Yeah, I can. So year to date, this is up 1,480%. I think that FLOKI is just getting started. It has the chance to run up massively. Now, here's the thing about this. This is not available on any platform in the United States as far as an exchange. So if you want to buy this, you're going to be a very early adopter, and you're going to have to download Trust Wallet, and then within Trust Wallet, put some money in there. And then Trust Wallet has something called a DApp browser. And then within there, they have Uniswap and PancakeSwap. And that's how you can get a hold of FLOKI. Just go to FLOKI's website, and it'll have instructions on how to use either Uniswap or PancakeSwap to actually convert either BNB or UNI into FLOKI. Now, the other one that I think might run up, here's my second choice, is ELON, which is Dogelon March. And this one is a lot easier to buy if you're in the United States, because there is one platform that currently carries ELON, and that is Crypto.com. So Crypto.com currently carries ELON, and they just added it to the platform a few days ago. You can see just in the past 1 month alone, it's up 720%. And this is way easier to buy. All you got to do is open an account on Crypto.com, and then you can buy it. It's just a regular exchange. You can see the exchange rate right here. And I just wanted to let you guys know that if you're interested in that, I do have on my promotions page a link to Crypto.com, as well as the option to get $25 in free crypto. So if you go to the promotions page, scottcurry.me/promotions, you can sign up for Crypto.com there. Crypto.com has by far the most cryptocurrencies for U.S. traders. Now, if you're not in the United States, there are better choices. I don't recall what those are, but I know Binance is a really good one that is very limited and not really available in the U.S. But here in the U.S., Crypto.com is the best. Okay, let's get into the stocks real fast. The first one I want to talk about, and then again, after I'm done with all this, we're going to get to your questions and your comments. We're going to go through it all. Let me just get through the normal portion of the video real fast. I didn't have time to get through a lot of videos. It's extremely busy trying to raise a newborn child and extremely tiring, but I'm doing my best here. So I did get through quite a few videos today, just not all of them. But first one I want to talk about is ChargePoint, CHPT. This is the largest charging station company in North America with more than 70% of the total market share. They're also in 16 European countries and growing. Now, StockMo listed CHPT as one of the best growth stocks to buy now, and he said that he bought more CHPT on Monday. StockMo said the rotation back into growth stocks is continuing, and we can certainly see that with CHPT and the way it's run up over the past few weeks. That said, CHPT is overbought on the RSI. Any number over 70 is overbought. It's currently at 74.93. And so I would not be surprised to see a small pullback this week before CHPT runs higher. I think if you're interested in buying CHPT, I do think this would make a great long-term buy, but I would wait for a pullback and try to buy it closer to around $24. Now, longer term, Larry Jones let us know that President Biden said there are still 500,000 charging stations that are needed to be built here in the United States, and that funding for that is going to be included in the infrastructure bill. So that could help CHPT as well as a few of the other infrastructure stocks. And next up is going to be INTC. This is Intel. The traveling trader likes INTC as a long-term hold. INTC dropped after earnings, but is now rebounded and is starting to go back up. It has not yet shown confirmation of a rebound, but we do have 2 out of the 3 indicators pointing to a rebound. That includes the MACD histogram rising and the RSI rising, as well as the candles rising. Now, the last indicator we're looking for is that the candles close above the 10-day EMA, which is my orange line here. That's about $50.24 as of Monday's close. So once INTC starts closing above, say, $50.50, that'll be final confirmation of a rebound. And then complete and total confirmation of a rebound will be when the 10-day EMA crosses over the 21-day EMA. Longer term, the traveling trader said INTC would also benefit from the infrastructure bill. Also, they're building out a new semiconductor production plant that'll be online in about 2 years. And then further, INTC is focused on becoming a major player in the autonomous driving space, which has huge future growth potential. All right, next up is going to be PLUG. This is Plug Power. And my goodness, this has run up massively in the past few weeks. Now, StockMo listed PLUG as one of the best growth stocks to buy now. PLUG has run up massively over the past month, but it is now significantly overbought. And the RSI is at 78, which again, anything over 70 is overbought. I do expect a pullback on PLUG this week. So if you're interested in PLUG, I'd wait for that pullback and I'd try to buy in closer to around $35. Longer term, StockMo thinks hydrogen will continue to grow and he thinks this will make a great long-term hold. And next up is SKLZ. This is Skills and they're an online gaming company. StockMo said SKLZ is still at the current price, mainly because it's way below its February highs of $46.30. Now, here's the thing about that. SKLZ is one of many stocks that ran up massively during January and February based purely upon speculative hype and then crashed back down to reality in March and April. So I personally would not base a stock's potential based upon its overhyped value back from February. Most of the stocks that ran up during January and February will never return to their February highs. And if they do return to their February highs, it's going to take years for them to get there. So SKLZ remains a speculative play. Keep in mind that this company is still losing money. Okay, you can see the loss. Growth remains good, but revenues did drop. They were going up about 90% quarter over quarter, year over year, and then they dropped about 50% year over year last quarter. So that's a little bit concerning to me. The other thing is that SKLZ continues to do about $500 million in share offerings every single quarter. That puts more downward pressure on the stock price. Further, SKLZ is still losing about $100 million per quarter. That is not good for a company that's only pulling in $80 million a quarter. I don't like seeing a company lose $100 million when they're only pulling in $80 million. Those are huge red flags to me. So personally, I would not invest in SKLZ. This might be a good swing trade or a day trade, but it doesn't look like a good long-term investment at this time. Now, that said, I am not always correct. So I want to show you this. According to TIPRANKS, the average analyst price target, 1-year price target in SKLZ is $19, which represents a 57% upside potential from Thursday's closing price. From Monday's closing price. So I just wanted to let you guys know that even though I personally don't think this is a good long-term hold, the analysts disagree with me and they think it is a good long-term hold with about a 50% upside. So just keep that in mind. I'm not always right. Now, I want to look at the trade potential on this. SKLZ is bullish right now, but it is approaching overbought on the RSI and the MACD histogram is flattening out. So it's really hard to say what SKLZ will do from here. If you're interested in this one, I would just get it on your watch list. I don't see any good trades with SKLZ at the immediate moment. And then the next one I want to talk about is TWLO. First time I've talked about this on this channel. This is a company called TWLO, and they're a software development platform for automating calls and text messages. The traveling trader likes TWLO for a long-term hold. TLWO beat earnings expectations, but missed on Q4 guidance. The stock dropped on weak Q4 guidance, but the traveling trader is looking longer term and said TWLO is positioned to perform great in 2022 and beyond. So this recent drop actually provides a buying opportunity. And the rebound has been strong so far over the past few days, but it's going to be a couple of weeks before we get confirmation of a rebound. So as a long-term hold, this is a great buying price in TWLO, but the traveling trader did recommend setting a stop loss at $270 just in case TWLO drops further, and I actually agree with that. And the last up is going to be V. This is Visa. The traveling trader likes V as because of the post-earnings drop, same as TWLO. V looks like it might have bottomed out, but it's still uncertain with no confirmation of a rebound yet. So just like the other stocks that dropped after earnings, the company actually beat earnings, but they provided weak Q4 guidance. So the traveling trader likes it at the current price because it's a solid blue chip company that also pays a dividend, although the dividend is small. It's less than 1%. The PE ratio is still a little bit high for me. It's PE ratio is around 30. So I think this could continue to drop further. But if you do want to buy in here, I do like the traveling trader's idea of setting a stop loss at $200 on V. All right, that's going to wrap it up for the normal portion of the video. Now I want to get to your comments and see what you guys have to say. So give me 1 minute. I'm going to read through the comments here, and I will be right back with you. Thank you, Walter, so much for the congratulations. Family is doing great. I really, really appreciate it. Let's see. Sean, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Yes, thank you so much. Thank you, Amira. Thank you. And Tech Savvy, thank you so much. Yeah, baby's doing great. I really appreciate it. Z, it's great to be back. Yes, yeah. Look, I really hope it does. Just again, guys, please be careful when I don't care if it's a crypto or a stock. Whenever you see a ton of people on Twitter or Facebook or Reddit or Wall Street Bets or whatever, and they're saying, hey, go buy the stock, go buy this crypto. If you ask why, and they're like, just do it. Well, why? Because it's going to moon. Well, why? Just, it is. But why do you think it's going to moon? Just trust me, it is. Just go buy it. Don't worry about it. That is a huge red flag to me. At that point, you're just buying based upon pure speculative hype with no fundamentals, no technicals. And yeah, you'll make a ton of money for a time, but at some point that thing's going to crash and get back down to reality. And if you don't believe me, just go look at all the stocks back in January and February that ran up to huge highs and then tanked. Go look at Dogecoin. It happens. Eventually, these things will crash back down to reality. So, the biggest problem is trying to figure out when to sell. And a lot of people will buy in. They'll be up tons of money, but then they don't sell and they hold on and they end up down. So the question, when do you sell when you're invested in some sort of meme crypto or meme stock like Shiba, for example? It's really, really hard to say. It's really hard to say. Personally, what I would recommend is once you have doubled up, you're up 200%, go ahead and sell half of that. That way you've pulled out your initial investment and you're just riding in house money. It's pure profits. And if it runs up to say 1,000%, you're like, you know what? I made enough money. I want to sell. Great. If it drops back down, who cares? You're going to be up no matter what. So that's what I would do with that. But as far as with sell, it's really, really hard. Just again, be careful. When everybody's greedy, be fearful. So I'm not saying sell. I'm just saying be fearful. That's all. Let's see. Zay, thank you so much. Jackson Samuel's amazing. Thank you. Thank you so much. When's it going to have another run up? I don't know. It's impossible to tell. Oh, Lucid. Let's talk about this one. Okay. So for LCID, here's my thoughts. This big run up, these 2 days here, actually really the last 3 days, I think that LCID was a buy hype, sell the news event. Now, this did become number one on Wall Street bets, and that's part of the reason. I mean, the RSI was over 80. What was it, 82 yesterday? Extremely overbought. This ran up because Lucid Motors was going to start deliveries on October 30th. And so I think this was a buy the hype, sell the news event where the hype was the starting of deliveries. And now I think we're in that sell the news where the news came out, they did the deliveries, and now we're going to have a sell off. I think there's a good chance we could see this drop down to around $30 over the next week or two before it starts running up again. So that's what I think is going to happen with this. I don't know, but that's just my thoughts. I moved from Facebook over here to YouTube. Yeah, I saw that. You're on both platforms. Yeah, if you guys didn't know, I'm on a lot of different platforms. You guys can follow me on Facebook at facebook.com/realscottcurry. You can follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/realscottcurry. You can follow me on YouTube at youtube.com/stockcurry. I even have a free Facebook group you guys could join. It's facebook.com/groups/we profit day and night. Totally free. Just go on there. Just one thing about that, make sure you answer. There's 2 questions to join. Please answer both questions. That lets me know you're real, you're legit, you're not some scammer. The other thing is I do have a paid Discord. It's not my Discord. It's another group. But this group, they've got 40 other, no, they don't. There were 50 analysts, just like myself. You cover everything from crypto, stocks, options, futures, you name it. So they got 50 analysts just like myself. And so obviously they're not paying me, but you, all the other analysts, those 50 other analysts, they're paying to be on that platform. So the money you put in there actually just pays to have those other analysts get on there and do their stuff. I make my money off YouTube, but they do that. So, but I do have a 7-day free trial. If you want to go check that out, it's free for the first 7 days. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. No big deal. Okay, so let's get back to you guys' chats. Okay, VLTA. Let's go look at that one. This is another charging station company. Awesome. It's up massively. I think this has to do with the Democrats trying to get this infrastructure bill passed. Keep in mind that the infrastructure bill is going to kind of get automatically passed once the climate and poverty bill gets passed. So once they figure that whole thing out, infrastructure bill is just automatic. Pretty much all charging station companies are running up right now in anticipation of the infrastructure bill being passed. So that's what's going on with that. Unlike some of the others, this is not overbought yet. I think this still has room to run up. You can even see it was up, almost 5% after hours on Monday. So I think this one's still got plenty of room to run up. Like I said, I did like this a whole lot better at $6, $7, $8, which I think I had recommended you guys buying it at. But it's still good at $9, $10. Okay, let's see. Yes, thank you so much for the congratulations, Stock Private. I really appreciate it. mm, just to clarity, I said I was not buying SHIB. I'm never going to tell you guys what to do. I've been wrong a lot of times. I'm wrong a lot. I'm just going to go out there and say it. But I try to be right more often than I'm wrong. But yeah, I am wrong a lot. The meme stocks are impossible to predict. No doubt about it. I was definitely wrong on SHIB continuing to go up as massively as it did. Squid. Yeah. So, for those of you guys who don't know, there's a major Netflix show called Squid Games, and now there's a cryptocurrency for Squid. Again, it's another meme cryptocurrency. Could run up, might not. As well as FLOKI and ELON, you might want to add Squid to your possibilities. Here's the thing with trying to pick the next meme crypto to run up is it's a lot like investing in pharmaceutical stocks or investing in penny stocks. You kind of have to buy 10 of them at a time, 5 to 10, and you buy 5 to 10, maybe one will run up. But that one might run up like 10,000% and will make up for the other 9 that don't do anything. So you're just going to have to buy a bunch. Squid might be another one you want to throw in there. Let's see. CHPT already talked about. Let's see. You guys always wanted an update on BNGO. I get it. This was, let's face it. Look, this is another one that ran up massively in January and February and then crashed back down to reality. It's a lot like SKLZ. Look, I don't know if this is ever going to get back up to 15. At this point, it looks like if it does, it's going to be years from now. You could make money on it, but I just don't know if this is the best place to have your money. It is really flattened out. This sort of pattern here is, let me draw this for you guys. I'm going to turn off the EMAs real fast because I really want you guys to see this line. So if I kind of draw a line from here to here, and then I draw another line, say from about here down to here, what you notice is this is sort of a wedge. It's called a descending wedge. And what will happen is long term, like way out, months out, this thing will consolidate. And somewhere around here, it looks like maybe around April of 2022, this thing will get to a consolidation point and then it'll break out. Now, because it's a descending wedge, this should break out to the upside. So I don't know. Technically, this might break out to the upside in about 6 months. So if you want to hold it, that's fine, but you're going to have to be patient. Okay, let's see. Hey, it is good to be back. Thank you so much. It is so good to be back. SOFI. Let's go look at this one. Wow, that's awesome. That's really cool. I have no idea why this ran up 12% today. Is there news? Scorches shorts. Oh, sweet. A short squeeze. Let's go look at Ortex. One second. Let me log in. Okay, SOFI. What have we got here? Wow. Yep. Yeah, utilization rate's 24%. Nice. Very nice. Okay, I like it. See if there were any shares returned today. I'm going to go check Fintel. 1 second. Yeah, kind of hovering around what 10 million available. That's great. Okay. So it looks like perhaps a little bit of a short squeeze here. Any update on the banking charter? That's what I really want to know. I don't see any news about it. But hey, that's great. That's really great. Now, we might get a little bit of a break here because we did hit overbought again. But this is looking really bullish. So I think we might get a little bit of a break back down to this level, $21. And then, yeah, I think we might go down to around 21 and then go up again. But this is looking awesome. I love SOFI. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, real deal. Thank you, David. Really appreciate it. Volta talked about NIO. Let's talk about NIO. Still struggling. I mean, it went up from this 33, but it's really been flat. Yeah, I don't know what to make of this. That MACD histogram is dropping. Looks like it might turn bearish. Let's look at the 1 hour. Obviously, this was major green candle. Was there news? Not really. This looks like a stock that wants to run. Obviously, we got Neo Day coming up in a month. But man, it looks like it's still struggling due to all that China FUD. Let's go look at the short interest on this. I'm curious. No, short interest is super low. 7% utilization. That is nothing. It's not being shorted. It's just not being bought. Man, this thing is struggling. I would have expected this to really run up this month going into Neo Day, but might have to wait a little longer on it. Yeah, it's stuck. It's really stuck right now. If this trades flat for a little while longer, I would really look for a breakout above this, call it 4150 level. Once this thing closes above 4150, it would be a good buy and possibly time to buy some call options. But for the time being, this is stuck. Hard to say what's going to happen on that. Let's see. AMC. Let's do an update on AMC. Flat. Ooh, hold on. This thing forever stayed above the 100-day EMA, and now it's below it. Okay, that's not good. That's not good at all. We do have some support here at around $35. Yeah, we got strong support at 35. But I don't like how it was below the 100-day EMA, although it closed above the 100-day EMA today, and it was up another 2% after hours. The MACD is rising. It's turning bullish again. So, oh, that's gorgeous. Look at that. Approaching overbought, but that'll flatten out in the pre-market. So yeah, the short term, like in the next day or two, AMC is looking awesome. I think if AMC can continue this bullishness for another day or two, we're going to end up closing above all of the EMAs. We get back up to like this $40 level. We're going to be above all the EMAs, and this thing is just going to take off. I like what's happening here. No confirmation yet, but if this can go green another 2 days in a row, this is going to look awesome. So this is setting up really, really nice. I like it. Let's see. Talked about that. Talked about that. Talked about that. Talked about that. Whew. Got all the hot stocks. Talking about all of them. Thank you so much. I am happy to be back. Yes, thank you so much. Thank you. Really, really appreciate it. Oh, here's the new one. XOS. What is XOS? I don't even know what this is. Oof. Well, technically, that's pretty ugly. Looks like a SPAC based upon the fact that it was 10 and then tank. Okay, SPACs don't normally drop to 4. Normally, if they hit about 6 or 7 and they bottom out and start going back up. Why? What is this? And why did it drop down to 4? Earnings are on November 11th. Okay, let's go to TIPRANKS. Let's go look at TIPRANKS on this because I don't even know what this thing is. So, according to TIPRANKS, what? 146% upside? Yo, that's awesome. Wow. $13 average price, 146% upside. Look at the analysis. Strong buy, very positive, bullish. My goodness. This thing has got to be like heavily shorted. What is XOS? No, 25% utilization rate. What is going on? Oh my goodness. Wow, this looks amazing. I have no idea what this is, but just TipRank says it's pretty big. Okay, XOS is tapping into the growing EV market by leveraging management engineering teams. Okay, so they're building, go away. They're building heavy duty, last mile, and return to base vehicles. Okay. So yeah, I don't think I've heard about this company before, but wow, you're right. You're right, Chris. It is very underrated. My goodness, this could be an amazing buy on this stock. $5 for something that's got an average analyst price target of 13. So, okay, my concern is that the analyst ratings were like a month old. Let's wait. Let's see what happens with earnings on November 11th. But this is looking pretty good. I like it. I like it. Okay, they really don't have any revenue yet. This is definitely a pre-production company, kind of like LCID was months ago. This is, I don't know, going to be up in the air. By the way, Rivavan is another IPO that's going to be listing here soon. So you might want to think about that one for an EV play also. But Chris, thanks for bringing XOS to our attention. I really like it. All right, let's see what else we got. I'm gonna have to skip over some of these. No, Sean, I never bought back into PROG, even though I said it was a great buy at $2.70. It ran up. I had a price target right here of $4, between $4 and $4.50. If I had bought back in at $2.70, I would have sold at $4. But I ended up not buying in. I was just focused on my baby. So, but if you had, I hope you sold at that $4 price target. You would have made a lot of money. All right, let's see. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Really appreciate it. You got a smile on my face. Congrats on the new baby. Thank you so much. Really, really appreciate it. You just bought me like five diapers. So thank you. I'm kidding. The diapers aren't quite that expensive. I might get 7 diapers out of it. But thank you so much for that super chat. I really appreciate it. Let's see. You got 5K coming towards you. What's a good stock? Carlos, there's a bunch of them, man. A bunch of good stocks. I'm going to try to get back to my daily videos. So just subscribe to the YouTube channel and I will let you know. Let's see. I got to skip through a few of these. Okay, DIS. Let me talk about this real fast because I'm kind of considering this for my boys and their custodial accounts. Do I think DIS will run? Okay, my problem with DIS has always been that it was overbought. Our PE ratio is still at 70. Still overbought in my mind. I would not be buying this yet. I think it could drop lower. I don't like it at a PE of 70. I want to see this get down to about half of that. I'm going to be very, very patient on this one and not talk about it. Oh, Facebook, Meta. I got to talk about this guy. So Facebook, which is no longer Facebook, it is now Meta Platforms Inc. Still has the FB ticker symbol. I like the bottoming out here in the 300-day EMA and the rise back up. I think this is really, really bullish. I think the whole change to Meta is a little weird. It's kind of like when Google changed the name to Alphabet. They're kind of getting away from their one product platform, and Facebook's basically trying to say, hey, we're Meta. We got a bunch of different platforms. We've got Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram, and I guess some new ones that they're going to be building out that they said it's going to take them like 10 years to become profitable on. But this whole idea of a metaverse, which is supposed to be like a secondary life, it just reminds me of that old game, Second Life. You guys ever play that game, Second Life? I don't know. Maybe some of you guys are too young, but there's this old game called Second Life. It just reminds me of that. I don't get it. I don't get the whole idea of metaverse. But it's something funny. A little side note on this. META. I got to talk about this. This is an ETF. This ETF invests in about 30 different companies that are focused on creating a metaverse. Now, the very first company to mention metaverse was not Facebook. It was actually Microsoft. Microsoft, a few years ago, started talking about building a metaverse. Roblox, obviously, is probably the biggest player in this game right now. Microsoft's probably the second biggest player, and Facebook's kind of late to the party. So what META does is they're an ETF that invests in about 30 companies, including Microsoft and Roblox and Facebook and a bunch of others that are all collectively focused on building out this metaverse. The thing is, a lot of retail investors mistakenly thought that META was the new ticker symbol for Facebook. It's not. This is a completely separate thing. It's actually an ETF. It does include Facebook, but this is not the new ticker symbol for Facebook. So just a heads up on that. Probably a great ETF to buy into. It's brand new, just started trading in June. But this could be a good long-term play if you're interested in this whole metaverse idea. It did hit a new all-time high today, but I think part of that is just people mistakenly thinking this is the new Facebook. It's not. It's an ETF. So just heads up on that. Okay, let's real quick on PROG. No, it hit my price target. I personally would not buy into it. All right, let's see. Okay, what are you guys saying? Squid was a rug pull. It's all over the news. Squid was a scam. Yeah, here's the thing about these meme cryptos. They're going to run up. They're going to fall. You guys remember SafeMoon that I said was a scam and everybody's talking about it, buying into it, and now it's down like 60, 70, 80% from its highs. That's the problem. That's what I'm trying to explain is that you got to buy into like 5 to 10 of these, like 8 or 9 of them are going to drop and then one will take off. It's just kind of how you do it when you're trying to pick the next meme coin. Okay, let's get through. Squid stole everybody's money. My goodness, I haven't seen the news on that. I'm still trying to get caught up on all the market news. But thank you for coming up with that, guys. I really appreciate it. All right, I've got to get through. I've got about 10 minutes left in this live chat. So, okay, here's an update. NIO is stuck because of poor October delivery numbers. Okay, thank you, Afar, for that information. I really appreciate it. Like I said, I'm still trying to get caught up on market news. Okay, MARA is another one a lot of people like. Let's talk about this guy real fast. Oh, cool. It's running up. Good. I'm glad to see this running up because it's mainly going to be based upon the price of Bitcoin, which also is almost, well, it hit a new all-time high 2 weeks ago. It's still near that. Despite the most recent drop, the MACD histogram's bottoming out. So it looks like this might run up again. I'm glad to see MAR running up. It definitely looks like it's going to want to remain bullish for the time being. So I like Mara, although, it's hard to say if Bitcoin's going to top out. Longer term, I think Mara is a great stock to invest in. They're going to be doubling their production capacity here next year, towards early next year. So within 6 months or so, their production capacity should be doubled. I think this is a great stock to hold long term. How are there other people awake right now? Cody, man, I'm worldwide. Everybody just throw in the comments what country you're from. I think Cody's going to be surprised. We got people from UK, Australia, US, Canada. Guys, throw what country you're in the comments. I'd love to see it. All right, again, I got to go through these. Bernie, curries are up 20% since last week. Yeah, we are. We went from 4 to 5. Thank you. Okay. Ooh, another super chat. What is this? Reza, congrats. Could you please take a look at AVNW and PRPO? Thank you so much for the congratulations. I'll look at one of these real fast. AVNW. You're asking me to look at something I know nothing about, so all I can do is look at technicals. I'll do a real quick fundamental looky over here. We got a profitable company, so we should have a PE ratio. Current PE ratio is 13. That's good. 13 is a good PE ratio. I can also see that technically we are rising on the MACD. We're about to have a golden cross on the MACD. That is very, very bullish. So this drop, we got a rise here, golden cross on the MACD. We actually had a close above the 10-day EMA. This is what is called confirmation of a rebound. So long as we can have another green day on Tuesday, that will be confirmation of a rebound. And AVNW would be a great stock to buy technically. I'll take a quick look at TIPRANKS for you, AVNW, and see what analysts have to say. Wow, $50 average analyst price target with a 68% upside potential from Monday's closing price. All in all, this looks like an awesome company to invest in. I love AVNW, and I'll just look at the PRPO for you real fast. PRPO. Is that what we said? Yeah, PRPO. Nothing on here. 3-month-old price target. What is PRPO? I don't even know what this is. PRPO. Yeah, the 1-day run-ups don't really mean much unless there was news. What they do, earnings or something? Yeah, I don't know anything about this. It's looking pretty bearish with the exception of today. I don't really trust any 1-day run-ups. In fact, it's down 2.5% after hours. I don't know. I can't really give any help on that. But thank you so much for the super chat and the congratulations. I really appreciate it. Okay, we got 5 minutes left. What else can we talk about, guys? Let me go through your comments here. See if there's anything you guys have, like, multiple people said. Okay, let's see where you guys from. We got a bunch of USAs. We got Arizona, Oregon, Florida, India. Wow, great. Thank you so much for joining us from India. We got Dubai. So great to see you from Dubai. Thank you so much for joining. This is awesome. Oh, Japan. Wow. Thank you for joining from Japan. And we got Switzerland. Look at this. You guys are all over the world. This is awesome. Mongolia, my goodness, we got Canada in the house. We got London in here. You guys are amazing. Here is Spain. Thank you so much for joining from all over the world. I'm questioning whether that is real or not. Bronx. Yo, my brother from the Bronx. Great to see you, Bernie. I used to live up 233rd Street, so great to see you from the Bronx. What is going on? Wow. Rhode Island, you're also from the Bronx. Awesome. Great to see you, man. Bronx representing. Canada, China, great to see you guys. I really, really appreciate it. You guys are amazing. All right, guys. Ooh, and there's my boy from Australia. All right, I've only got 5 minutes left, so we're going to close it out. I just want to remind you guys of a couple of things. If you haven't already, please make sure that you hit that like button and subscribe. If you are on Facebook, you can follow the page up there. If you're on Twitter, you can follow the profile down there. I do want to remind you guys, we're trying to get to 10,000 followers on Facebook. So please, if you haven't already, go to facebook.com/realscottcurry and click the like button. Likewise, I'm also trying to get 10,000 followers on Twitter. So if you could go to twitter.com/realscottcurry, follow me there. YouTube, we are this close to 50,000 subscribers. I'm going to do something really special for you guys if we hit 50,000 subscribers. So please, if you haven't already, go subscribe on YouTube. It's youtube.com/stockcurry. Again, you can join the completely and totally free Facebook group where we talk about stocks and crypto. It's mostly going to be peers, other investors. I'm not on there too much. But I do try to prevent the scammers. It's facebook.com/group/we profit day and night. If you're looking for more immediate help, like you want a response within seconds, I do recommend joining the Discord at scottcurry.me/discord. That is completely and totally free for a 7-day trial. After that, just a small monthly fee. There's 50 other analysts just like myself, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. There is a professional analyst on there that can answer your questions. So go check that out. Again, totally free for the 7-day trial. If you like it, stick around. If you don't, no big deal. And then if you're looking for some research, I've got a few articles over there on the research page. If you're looking for resources like TIPRANKS, things like that, those are over on my resources page, scottcurry.me/resources. You've got Interactive Brokers over there as well. Interactive Brokers has got the highly discounted trading throughout the world. And if you do Interactive Brokers Pro, there is no payment for order flow. So that might interest you if you're in the US. And then crypto fees on Interactive Brokers are some of the lowest around, which is 0.18% trading on cryptocurrencies. You can go over to the resources page, read up about it. They're available in 150 countries worldwide. So pretty much no matter what country you're in, it will be available. Not North Korea, though. And then on the promotions page, I've got the Webull promotions for 2 free stocks. I've got the crypto.com promotion for $25 in free crypto. Keep in mind that if you want to buy ELON, SHIB, a lot of those, they're all available on crypto and crypto.com. And crypto.com has got the most altcoins of any platform available in the United States. So if you use my link, you get $25 in free crypto there. And then I got some trainings like how to set up Webull for the EMAs and the RSIs. Also on that training page, if you're a brand new trader, you're trying to figure out how to invest in the stock market, you want to know what these EMAs are, how to read charts, you want to know how to find stocks to buy, which stocks to sell. I have a great trading course over there called Zip Trader U. Zip Trader is another YouTuber. He put together the course, and I've got 15% discount over there for you as well on that. All right, guys, that's going to wrap it up. I got to get done within an hour so that I can get this on all the platforms. I hope you guys have a lot of success trading, and I will see you tomorrow.